colors?
They do. You'll see boards range from kind of, the kind of bland, basic green PCB.
What's a
The higher
PCB?
end boards.
Does this stand for penis, cock, balls?
No. That's basically the material that the board's made out of, and the higher end boards also are in black, so pretty stylish.
Really, pretty
Yeah.
stylish, man. Uh, can I spray paint them?
No, you really wouldn't want to do that. That would probably ruin the board.
Why? Why not?
Well, there's
Why?
hundreds of electrical components and
Well, my
everything
friend
on
did it.
there
My
that
friend had this computer, and he spray painted everything black, like even like everything. And and you turn it on, it made like a weird popping sound, but then it worked, and it was pretty cool.
that really sounds like a fire hazard to me.
Why?
So I wouldn't really recommend that.
Well, you have to buy non-flammable paint.
Ah, I see. That's the key.
Yeah, because we want to make the board shinier. Like we want to have like a glossy finish, you know, so it could be like all shiny and stuff. We could take it and show our friends. Well, he did. I'm kind of jelly because he has like this huge rig with like 5 processors and stuff.
Hmm.
I'm pretty jealous.
Wow, that
Anyways,
is an impressive setup.
continuing on motherboards, what's the most expensive motherboard you have?
As far as the desktops go,
As going as everything.
you'd probably be looking at the S5520 series boards in that case. Those are the dual processor boards.
How much is it?
Well, we don't really do pricing here since we don't do direct sales.
Why?
So
Can I just like buy? Can you just like
Intel doesn't
steal?
do any
Can you just like
direct
steal them?
sales.
Do they have white labs?
Pardon?
Do they have like labs with like white people in them, like the white suits?
Does Intel have labs?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Have you been in one?
No, it's not something that I've done. I haven't taken a tour of the factory floor, so to speak.
Hey, were you the guy that said bum 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 on the commercial? Were you that guy?
I
Did that
wish. I'd probably be making a lot of money off of that.
really off a commercial? Are you sure? I think
I figure.
they had all the employees from Intel, and you're like the only one who didn't get in. You're like you had to stay home and like keep up the shop and stuff, and you're like crying. Like, I wish I was in the commercial because it's cool because it's a bunch of people. Even women got allowed, and you didn't get allowed. How does it feel?
It's a bit of a drag.
Yeah. So even women, I can't get over that. How they allow women to have same status as men in the workplace. That's ridiculous.
Well,
That's just
each
ridiculous.
their own.
What do you think of that? Do you agree on me? Do you agree with me? We should only have
Well,
white males in the workplace. That's what I'm
it's
talking
not.
about.
Those are kind of subjects that aren't really permitted to
Oh,
really speak
I
about over
just
the phone,
realized something.
unfortunately.
We totally got off
Um,
track with our little conversation, our little chat. Sorry, I just got back from lunch and I'm kind of
no,
I'm kind of
pretty late
messed
lunch.
up right now.
Hmm.
I had like a 3 hour lunch. I just ate like a bunch of food. I was just like pigging out, and I was just like, I should be. I just thought to myself, I should have spent that $400 on that lunch that I had. I should have just spent it on like 5 processors or whatever. And
Yeah, you could have.
get like 5 processors and just put them into
Mm,
one
you
computer.
gotta
It'd be fast.
gotta definitely invest wisely. So,
Yeah. Well, do you guys have like 4 processors combinations? Because I want to have the same amount.
we do have
Have
quad
the same amount of cores
processor.
as AMD. Do you have 12 core processors?
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
You have 12 core processors.
Not currently, no.
Why? Can't you just like steal them from AMD and just like write Intel on them?
Well, you could. They just wouldn't work in our board, so that'd be kind of pointless.
Well, you could just like cut some of the pins off and make it fit. If that works. I'm not sure.
Nah, that
I'm sure it will.
wouldn't work. Yeah, they're not gonna even use pins anymore. So,
Yeah. Well, did you know that AMD cuts corners?
no, I really don't know anything about that
Have you
actually.
been to AMD's house before? He's a pretty cool guy.
No, no, I haven't had the pleasure.
You haven't had the pleasure. Have you ever been to Intel's house?
Uh, what do you mean by house?
Have you been to Intel's house?
I suppose if
Like
you put it
Jeffrey
that
Intel.
way,
The guy who
no.
created Intel, Jeffrey. You know Jeffrey?
Jeffrey. No, doesn't ring a bell.
He's your boss, dude. You should know who Jeffrey Intel is.
Hmm.
I feel pretty bad for you. You're gonna get like fired sometime. If Chris hears you saying that, he's gonna be like, "Wow, dude, what a fag."
Well,
Do you work with Chris?
I do. Yeah.
What's he like?
I'm a good guy. Yeah.
You guys sound exactly the same, except you sound a little bit nicer. You were way nicer. Cause Chris got mad at me last time I called him. I was like, "Hey, Chris, do you know that AMD has more cores?" And they like chuckle and they started to get mad. And then I hung up because he was not very nice at all.
That's too bad.
Like he was actually getting frustrated with me because I was just asking him questions like, I know you're having a good time with me, but his he wasn't happy about it. You could tell his dissatisfaction. Can you like
that's too bad.
you should call him over here and be like you should say sorry to Rick slash John slash Jeffrey slash whatever else my other pseudonyms I used. Can you call him over here?
No, he's not around at the moment, actually.
Where is he?
And gone for the day.
Why? That's not fair.
Well,
He gets to leave before you? He's even higher up than you? Oh man. Oh, I feel bad for you, man. I feel you. You
yeah.
must be you're much harder working than Chris, but he's just an ass to everyone, I bet. I bet no one likes him over there.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I wouldn't say that.
You just don't want to say anything because he'll beat you up tomorrow after school, right? He'll shove you into the garbage can and stuff. And
It's not something I really worry about.
really?
Nah.
Are you scared?
Nah, not really. It's not not really something that comes into my mind.
Really? I don't know. He seems like a pretty badass to me. Pretty badass
Yeah,
guy.
maybe so.
Do you know him personally, like on a personal level?
Yeah, I know him fairly well.
Really? Have you gone to have you guys had your Christmas party yet?
No, actually.
Are you gonna have one? Is Chris is gonna be there? I know he's gonna get all drunk and stuff and hit on all those women. That shouldn't be allowed in the workplace, mind you. So,
Well, maybe if alcohol were permitted, but yeah,
oh,
it's
that's
not
too
going to work
bad.
out that way.
Drink your problems away. Your life must suck, man. Hey, what was your name again?
That's Jed.
Jed? Spell it.
Mhm.
Spell it.
It's Jed.
And what's your last name?
No, that's something that we don't give out over the phone.
Why?
Security precautions.
Why, you think I'm gonna hack you or something? You should be more worried about
Well,
Chris. He's a huge
you
threat.
never know. You
Well,
never know.
well, how old are you?
Actually, 29.
29.
Mhm.
Really? I'm 47.
Wow.
Yep. I sound like
Yeah.
I'm 12, but I'm 47.
Hmm.
Yeah. Another question about those Sandy Bridge processes, right?
Right.
Can the government track you?
Uh, no. How would they possibly be able to do that?
Well, I heard about it on 4chan.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
3G trackers.
Well, that's nothing that I've ever heard of, but yeah, it makes sense
Well,
that
it's
something like
probably it's
that would
probably
be there.
secret. Can I shut them off?
There's no such thing
There's no kill
as
switches on the Intel processors, really.
no.
You're lying to me. I can tell by the way your voice got a little bit quiet.
No, actually, that'll be the case.
So if I stole my friend's laptop and he had like a Sandy Bridge processor, they wouldn't be all like, "Shut it down." What's so?
there is anti-theft technology
Are,
out there, but it's
are you
not.
making fun of me, Jed?
You still there?
Are you making fun of me?
No, I wouldn't
You're
do that.
laughing. You were laughing. I don't think that's very funny. Are you
No,
laughing at?
I would never do something like that.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
You would never make fun of me. You would never make fun of Rick slash
No,
John, Jack.
no, that guy. That guy's an awesome guy. Why would I do such a
That
thing?
guy. Where are you referring him? You're supposed to say you are an awesome guy, aren't you? That's who I am.
Well, you're an awesome guy,
Do
so
you
I'd
think? Do you
I'd
think?
never countenance that.
Do you think Chris is an awesome guy?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can tell that you already don't like him.
That's not
See,
true at all.
see, you had to say that quickly because he just walked past with a cup of coffee. Do you guys talk
Nah,
cooler?
you're breaking up a little bit there.
I am.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
it's
cut in
it's
and
just
out.
it's just that my my phone's pretty bad. I need to get a new computer so I can prank call people over Skype and stuff
Uh,
as opposed
yeah,
to phone
time for an
calls.
upgrade.
Yes, sir. So I think I'm gonna go with AMD. Actually, I was looking at their using my iPod Touch first generation, and I was just looking at some of their Opteron things. And I think I'm gonna go with them. Twelve
Well,
cores.
wish you luck with that. And to each their own. So,
What do you think though? 4chan said so. I asked them. They're like, you should get a 12. You should get a 12 core processor so they don't track you.
and 4chan's always correcting these things,
Yes.
or else they point their DDoS laser at you. Yeah, I know.
How do they? Their DDoS laser? What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, of course. They wouldn't ever admit to that. To
What are you
the
talking about?
anonymous.
What are you talking about? DDoS? How would they DDoS me? I don't have a website.
How would they DDoS a whole
DDS? What's a
website?
DDS? Is that like
DDoS?
Nintendo's new system? Deluxe DS?
That's a direct denial of service. Uh, I would have thought you would know something about that if you were a 4chan poster.
You're a poster.
What does that mean?
What does anything mean?
True. Touche.
Yeah, I know. Well, do you visit 4chan personally and get all your tech advice from them on your laptop?
Yeah, there's some tech savvy people in there. So.
Well, it's about 95% tech savvy people and the full 5% Chris. Chris. I hate that guy. He's so rude. He swore at me. He called me names too.
Ah.
Do you know what he called me?
Hmm.
He called me a fat, tubby, white neckbeard. Then
Ah.
he hung up on me.
Wow. Man, that's kind of harsh.
I think you should confront him tomorrow. Like, face up to your fears. I can tell
Well,
he's been fucking around with you for like a long time. Ever since you were like 27.
nope. I haven't known him that long, so
How long have you been working here?
no, just about on the outside of a year now.
What did you work before? Did you work for AMD? Were you a spy for AMD?
No. No.
You're an undercover agent for AMD and you're working in their call center, working your way up until you become friends with Jeffrey Intel.
Well,
And
that
after
might
you
be an
and after you
interesting
go into
career
Intel,
path, but
after you go
no.
into Intel's house, you'll steal all of his processors and you'll give them to AMD and they'll make you rich. Cha-ching! Right?
Ka-ching indeed.
Am I right?
You could be.
See, you're not even gonna admit it. And Chris, maybe Chris is a good guy. Maybe Chris is out to get you because you're a spy. Maybe that's why he does. Maybe that's why he beats you up every day after school.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
He wants you to meet him at 3 o'clock by the flagpole, and then he'll beat you up and he'll be like, "Are you a spy for AMD?" And you'll be like, "No, no, I'm not. I'm just Jed." And then you'll cry,
Hmm.
and then you'll run home.
Oh, check that out. Well, it's quitting time. Well, it's been fun as
Quitting
always, Rick,
time?
John,
It's a quitting time.
Jeff,
Hey, are you getting
Johnston,
paid today?
but Mr. Smith. But I really got a jet, so
Can I have your email address?
keep it
Can I have
keep
your
it
email
real,
address?
man, and
Can I have your
until
email
next
address? I
time.
need to contact you.
You really don't want to do that.
Why? What? Jed! He hung up on me.
Dude, he said magnets. How do they work at the start?
That call went on for too long. That was a poor call.
I heard it. He's like magnets. How do they work?
He muttered under his breath.